One of the most peaceful experiences I can think of is walking along the New York Canal at sunset during the summertime. You get to see some of the best views in Boise. Construction of the canal began in the spring of 1886, and the 35 miles were completed by 1891. The canal provides irrigation to the desert between the Snake River and the Boise River. Without the canal, there would be nobody living in my area. There's a reason the canal is called the lifeblood of the Treasure Valley. It provides water to hundreds of farms and gives our area an economic advantage. The greenness of the valley is thanks to the canal. Otherwise, it would still look like this. Yikes, that's dry. Not only does it provide growth in the agricultural aspect of our community, but it has also given myself and the people living near the canal a way to find recreation and get in touch with nature, even though the water source is unnatural. It allows people living in suburbia to retreat along a path through nature. Along the banks that I walk, which is approximately 2 miles, about 130 houses line the canal. I know this because I counted all the houses on Google Earth. The canal goes on for eons, so the part that I walk is only a minuscule stretch of the entire thing. The canal starts at Lucky Peak and empties into Lake Lowell, which is a man-made lake. For me, the New York Canal has always been a great place for a relaxing walk. A lot of people jog or run along the canal, but I prefer not to, personally. Along the way, I witnessed beautiful farmland, and it provides a great view of airplanes taking off and landing at the Boise airport in the distance. It's quite a majestic view. But my favorite thing by far to see on my walk is the mountains, especially if they have snow on them. They're super pretty. I remember walking along the canal in middle school to meet with my best friend that I had known since first grade, Daniel. We would call each other while we were walking, and we would meet each other halfway. We would see each other in the distance and wave at each other and say, I see you too, and wave at each other until we met in the middle. We were really dorky back then. Him and I actually met up again in our freshman year at BSU, and we're still besties. Meeting up with him halfway along the canal will always be a fond memory. More recently, I walk along the canal as a way to turn off my mind and de-stress. One time, on one of my walks on the bank, I felt something watching me. I looked over the hillside of the canal and spotted a little head poking out of the ground, staring at me with its little eye, staying completely still. Then I blinked and it disappeared. I couldn't believe what I had seen, so I tried to look for it again. I kept walking, and then I saw a ginormous ground squirrel run into the wheat field next to the dirt path below. Apparently, the ground squirrels have burrowed into the side of the canal. I always say hello to them when I spot them spying on me as I walk by. I think they're a little shy because they never say hello to me back. Just kidding, I'm not crazy. I always enjoy walking along the canal by my house, and I will always consider the banks of the New York Canal to be one of the things that makes Boise my home.